It's been 3 weeks since I had rhinoplasty, and here is the big reveal. This is my new nose. Everybody welcome her. I am really excited to meet her. I got the tape off yesterday. I still have a little bit of bruising, but I was able to put on normal makeup today. I didn't do any kind of special coverage or anything like that. This is just normal makeup. So I wanted to just kind of give a full explanation of how the whole process went for me and answer any questions that you might have, because everyone's experience is so different. I did a lot of research here on TikTok and found that none of anyone else's experiences were anything like mine. I was so prepared for things like my nose constantly running, for having a lot of pain, for the splints being horrible to be removed. Like, I was so prepared. I had like all this stuff set up in my bedroom. Like I was ready for misery, and I did not experience any misery. I literally had no pain from the time I woke up until today. There has not been pain in my face. It's tender, like if I did hit myself with a straw in the nose because I still can't really feel it yet. It's going to take some time for all the feeling to come back, but nothing that I could call pain at all. I had liposuction at the same time, and that was definitely uncomfortable, but I'm glad I did them both because I'm super busy and I did not want to go through 2 recoveries, 2 anesthesia. I mean, anesthesia sets you back a lot, especially when you're 50. So as little of that as possible, please. And Dr. Boom Boom Pow in San Antonio is willing to do more than one. He'll even do 3 procedures at one time. So he's got a ton of experience. He's never lost a patient, and that's why I chose him. I don't know if my experience was because he was such a great surgeon, but I honestly can't recommend the whole process enough because first of all, they have a great website. I went on the website after I looked into 2 other doctors. I looked into a doctor in Atlanta that I love and follow. It was going to be too much to travel and pay, and then it was just complicated, and I can't get away for that long and be out of town, especially as a single mom. And then I looked at going to Mexico, and I'm not afraid to do that. I think the doctors there are just as capable, but I would not have been comfortable going again. Just the traveling just didn't seem right for me at the time because my kids would have been super nervous. They're starting school, but this was the right time for me because it's my slow period. Anyway, I think both of those options are perfectly good, but I'm so glad that I chose the one that I did because my experience was amazing. I want to address the price. I paid $11,000 for both the liposuction and the rhinoplasty. I think the pricing here in South Texas is a little bit more friendly because we're so close to Mexico, and I know that they lose a lot of people that just will go over the border and pay a third of the price. So I just, in full disclosure, I kind of knew what I was paying because they have an online calculator. You can put in what you want to do, and they'll kind of give you a pricing up front, which is so transparent and so helpful because you don't want to go into a consultation and get sticker shock and think that it's going to be $8,000 and they tell you it's 12 and you're like, now I feel like a jerk that I've wasted your time or whatever. I was willing to pay in full, so I had some bargaining power. They were willing to negotiate with me, and I negotiated the heck out of it, and that's the price that I ended up paying. So to mention is how much no one cared or noticed me walking around with 2 black eyes, a cast on my nose, tape on my nose for weeks. Literally no one cared. Except here on TikTok because there's a lot of jerks here. But the only shit I got was from TikTok. People said I was making apologies for it. I was like meeting with clients, being like, sorry, I had some work done. And they were like, oh, I didn't even notice till you brought it up. Like, I'm telling you, when I tell you that if you can get people to look at your eyes, they don't notice anything else, it is so very true. I just would encourage you to not consider the fact that if you're going to do this, that you're just going to have to shut yourself in for weeks at a time. Like, plastic surgery is just acceptable now. People that do notice just go, oh, I guess you had work done. Like, it's just not a thing. So I was a little concerned. I did not need to be. I would do it again. I would absolutely do it again. So I had a great experience with interacting with people throughout the process from probably day 3 or 4. I was up at 'em. I could do what I needed to do. Can't lift more than 5 pounds for the first 3 weeks. So, I took that seriously, especially because the liposuction, it felt like I was ripping my guts out when I did lift anything more than 5 pounds. So I took that one seriously, and I followed all the rules. I kept the tape on, I kept the cast on. I have to wear binding for 3 months for the lipo. So that's kind of, you can wear like Spanx, that'll work, but you're supposed to wear it all the time, which is kind of not fun. So definitely the lipo was more of a setback than the rhinoplasty. So I hope that this encourages you. I hope it answers some questions, and I hope it gives some balance to the other experiences that are out there. Mine was just kind of effortless. I also took peptides this last 5 days, injectable BCP 137 and NB 500. It's, I guess, the Wolverine duo, and it helps you regenerate and heal faster. And I think that it made a dramatic difference in the last couple of weeks. The 2 nurses at the doctor's office, maybe they say this to everyone, but they both separately, not in the same room, they both said, these are the best results I've ever seen at 3 weeks. They wanted to know which doctor did it, because there's 5 doctors in that practice. And they were like, I'm thinking about doing it. Which doctor did you use? Because that looks so good, which made me feel really good, because I can't really compare mine to any of their other patients. I saw photos of a few before and afters, but I thought that was probably indicative of the peptides helping me heal faster, and just choosing the right surgeon. So